आज हम ह्यूमन रिप्रोडक्शंस का एनसीईआरटी रीडिंग करेंगे। तो सिंपली हम लोग इसको 3 पार्ट में डिवाइड कर ले रहे हैं। पहला पार्ट, दूसरा पार्ट, तीसरा पार्ट। पहले पार्ट में हम लोग मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम पढ़ेंगे और फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम पढ़ेंगे। तो बिना टाइम वेस्ट किए हम लोग स्टार्ट करते हैं। Humans are sexually reproducing and viviparous. The reproductive events in humans include formation of the gametes called gametogenesis, sperms in the males and ovum in the females, transform of the sperm into the female genital tract called inseminations, and fusion of the males and the female gamete called fertilizations. Then after there is the formation of the zygote. This is followed by the formation and the development of the blastocyst and this attachment to the uterine walls called implantation. Then after there is the embryonic development called gestation. Then there is the delivery of the baby, that is called parturition. So these reproductive events occurs after the puberty. There are remarkable difference between the reproductive events in the males and in the females. For example, sperm formation continues even in old men, but formation of the ovum ceases in women around the age of 50 years. The male reproductive system is located in the pelvis region. It includes a pair of testes along with the accessory duct and accessory glands and the external genitalia. The testes are situated outside the abdominal cavity within a pouch called scrotum. The scrotum helps in maintaining the low temperature of the testes 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius lower than normal internal body temperature, necessary for spermatogenesis. In adult, each testis is oval in shape with a length about 4 to 5 cm and a width of 2 to 3 cm. The testis is covered by the dense covering. Each testis has about 250 compartment called testicular lobules, and in each lobules there is a 1 to 3 highly coiled seminiferous tubules in which sperms are produced. Each seminiferous tubules lined on its inside by two types of the cells called male germ cells, also called spermatogonia, and Sertoli cells. The male germ cells undergoes meiotic division, finally leading to sperm formation, while Sertoli cells provide nutrition to the germ cells. The region outside the seminiferous tubules, called interstitial space, contain small blood vessels, interstitial cells or Leydig cells. The Leydig cells synthesize and secrete a testicular hormones called androgen. Other immunological competent cells are also present. The male sex accessory duct includes rete testis, vasa efferentia, epididymis, vas deferens. The seminiferous tubules of the testis open into the vasa efferentia through the rete testis. The vasa efferentia leave the testis and open into the epididymis located along the posterior surface of each testis. The epididymis leads to vas deferens that ascends to the abdomen and loops over the urinary bladder. It receives a duct from the seminal vesicles and open into urethra as a ejaculatory duct. These ducts stores and transport the sperm from the testes to outside through the urethra. The urethra originate from the urinary bladder and extend through the penis to external openings called urethral meatus. The penis is the male external genitalia made up of special tissues that help in the erection of the penis, facilitate insemination. The enlarged end of the penis, called gland penis, is covered by the loose folds of the skin called foreskin. The male accessory glands include paired seminal vesicles, a prostate, a paired bulbourethral gland. Secretion of these glands constitutes seminal plasma, which is rich in fructose, calcium, and certain enzymes. The secretion of the bulbourethral glands help in the lubrication of the penis. The male reproductive system consists of the pair of ovaries along with the pairs of oviduct, uterus, cervix, vagina, and the external genitalia located in the pelvic region. These part of the system along with the pairs of mammary glands are integrated structurally and functionally to support the process of ovulation, fertilization, pregnancy, birth, and child care. Ovaries are primary female sex organ that produce the female gamete ovum and several steroidal hormones, the ovarian hormones. The ovaries are located one on each side of the lower abdomen. Each ovary is about 2 to 4 centimeter in length and is connected to pelvic wall and uterus by ligaments. Each ovary is covered by the thin epithelium which encloses the ovarian stroma. The stroma is divided into two zones, a peripheral cortex and inner medulla. The oviduct, also called fallopian tubes, and uterus and vagina constitute the female accessory duct. Each fallopian tube is about 10 to 12 cm long and extend from the periphery of each ovary to the uterus. The part closer to the ovary is the funnel-shaped infundibulum. The edges of the infundibulum possess finger-like projections called fimbriae, which help in the collection of the ovum after the ovulation. The infundibulum leads to wider part of the oviduct called ampulla. The last part of the oviduct is isthmus, has a narrow lumen and joins uterus. Uterus is a single and also called womb. The shape of the uterus is like an inverted pear. It is supported by ligament attached to the pelvic wall. The uterus opens into the vagina through a narrow cervix. The cavity of the cervix is called cervical canal, which along with the vagina forms the birth canal. The wall of the uterus has three layers of the tissues: the external thin membranes called perimetrium, middle thick layers of the smooth muscles called myometrium, and inner glandular layer called endometrium that lines the uterine cavity. The endometrium undergoes cyclical changes during menstrual cycle, while myometrium exhibits strong contraction during delivery of the baby. The female external genitalia include mons pubis, labia majora, labia minora, hymen, and clitoris. Mons pubis is a cushion of the fatty tissues covered by skin and pubic hair. The labia majora are fleshy folds of the tissues which extend down from the mons pubis and surround the vaginal opening. The labia minora are pair folds of the tissues under the labia majora. The opening of the vagina is often covered partially by membrane called hymen. The clitoris is a tiny finger-like structure which lies at the upper junction of the two labia minora above urethral opening. The hymen is often torn during the first coitus or the intercourse. However, it can also be broken by sudden fall or jolts, insertion of the vaginal tampon, active participation in some sports like horseback riding, cycling. In some women, the hymen persists even after coitus. In fact, the presence or the absence of hymen is not a reliable indicator of virginity or sexual experience. A functional mammary gland is a characteristic of all female mammals. The mammary glands are paired structure called breasts that contains glandular tissues and a variable amount of fat. The glandular tissues of each breast is divided into 15 to 20 mammary lobes containing cluster of cells called alveoli. The cells of alveoli secretes milk which is stored in the cavities, also called lumen of the alveoli. The alveoli open into the mammary tubules. The tubules of each lobe joins to form mammary duct. Several mammary duct joins to form wider mammary ampulla which is connected to the lactiferous duct and open at nipple from where milk is expressed during breastfeeding. Thank you. Have a nice day. ये वीडियो सिर्फ उनके लिए है जिन्होंने ये चैप्टर थ्योरेटिकली पढ़ चुका है, उसके लिए ये एनसीईआरटी रीडिंग है।